Hello YouTube, Instagram and earthlings of all species. Welcome to part 5 of my Bender from Futurama. Robot built from rubbish. Yep, 100% junk. This is stuff that would have gone in the bin. Except for the clay. Yeah, clay. And Bender's head, which I bought as that lightsaber thing, as you might have seen in one of the other previous videos. But so it's not really a junk bot. It's just not junk bot, just a scratch build Bender. Right, this is where I've got to so far. Just move you in a bit further because I don't want there to be any volume problems, but I am quite zoomed in, so bring it closer to me maybe and just keep it. There we are. A bit further. There we are. And a bit further. There we are. Right, so here we go. What have I done? I had this little end cap to a little pill pot thing, and I've made the semicircle a bit shallower because it was a bit too bulbous. The tip, this aerial is a bead with a little hollowed out bit, and this part of this sort of nozzle thing I thought might work, but I've had to trim it a bit more because it wasn't quite coney enough. Coney? Is that a word? But it might be something that I'll put on and then decide to change at a future date. But I think that is going to be a good Bender aerial. Right, Bender arms. I might have shown you this yesterday, but I'm kind of thinking that one might still work. So I didn't really want to have to chop that one to pieces, so I dug down into the USB port, and there was another 1.5 centimetres of length there, so I've been able to fortunately get enough length so that once they're sort of stuck inside there, I've still got good length to Bender arms, because I've seen a toy that his arms come down to about there, and that just doesn't look right. I've also chopped up a couple of these end caps to a thing that I found down in the metal recycling area, and they're for the these bits here where his arms come out of. So I'm going to stick that on. I'm going to stick that on now, actually. I've got a centre line from when I've done the legs on this side as well, I think. Where's the line gone? I need to redo the line because I can't see it. I just used this. How am I going to do this? Is it going to work? Now I'm not going to be able to get my pen working. I hate these pens. Well, it did work on that this time. A lot of the time they just don't work on most materials. Work on paper, you know. Not everyone that you buy as a permanent marker is using it to write on paper. Right, so to get this as central as possible, hold it in place, and then feed my, oh, I've forgotten to have my baking powder in there. Got to have my baking powder in there to increase the bond. Like I put on the other side. Just need a little bit inside. over the joint. It's over where it's going to attach. Not too much in there really. Not enough in there now. Right, there we are. That'll do. Now hold that in place and feed the super glue around. Oops, where did that go? Oh, it went round on its own. I was trying to blow that dust off because I only have to rub it down with all of the right, give it a little twirl and a shake and an Ujima flip, and I'm really quite pleased with those. I've got to cut his door in yet as well. I'm not going to have it opening. I've got to adjust his head to make his mouth a different shape. I've got to add the teeth and then do his eyes somehow. I don't quite how I'm going to do any of those yet, but I hope you'll agree that he's looking quite bendery. Probably not a word. Right, so these bits of super glue that have this is my second time doing this video. He has fallen over a couple of times. Well, like yesterday I just touched that and it sort of crushed in, but then it fell backwards and it cracked all the way around here, so I've had to fill it with super glue about 3 occasions and then rub it down and fill it and rub it down, so that's all done now, but he's going to be very brittle. It was a bad idea to use this mixing cup. Very poor quality brittle plastic. I'm having a bit of trouble at the moment with my arthritis. I have palindromic rheumatism, which is a form of arthritis where you get all of the pain associated with arthritis, associated with rheumatoid arthritis, but it doesn't permanently affect your joints, although I have a 50% chance of it developing into rheumatoid arthritis. It kind of started a few years ago, but last year I was in a lot of pain. I was in pain most days of the month, and I'll probably have a day, 5-7 days off each month. And then I went to a rheumatologist. The only thing they could offer me from the NHS was take hydroxychloroquine. I mean, this was quite a few years ago, because Donald Trump was still in power and he was talking about hydroxychloroquine, but I didn't want to start taking that because I was reading about it has some side effects. So that's the only thing they could offer me. If I take painkillers, they do nothing. But yeah, I started to look online for vegan natural remedies for arthritis, and I found turmeric, antioxidants, and every time I think of this I forget it. What's the Yakult? Probiotics. Yeah, but Yakult I can't take that because it's not vegan. So the next best probiotic is sauerkraut. But I haven't actually been consuming it that much for quite a bit, well over a year. and I found it's just the turmeric. Took my pain from a few days pain free to a few days with pain every month. So but recently I've been going through some financial stressful time, and it's increased my regularity of flare-ups, they call them, but it's just a constant thing with me now. Well, not a constant thing, but probably about half the month to 2/3 of the month I have pain, and I've got it in both my shoulders at the moment. I'll get it in my wrists and my shoulders, and one I had it in my hip, my hip joint a few weeks ago. But before, when I wasn't taking any medication at all, I'd get it all over my body, ankles, knees, hips, jaw, elbows, shoulders, wrists, all over the place. But at the moment, it's you bastard. Excuse the French. I've got to stop adjusting these legs because he's going to have to stand up on his own. Bearing in mind, when I get his arms on, I'm going to be able to adjust the balance a lot more. I mean, maybe I have to fill these with clay or something, just to. I quite like the idea of them being rubber suction pads. But yeah, he's standing up straight enough at the moment. Right, so next, get his arms in there, and they've got to be coming out at a bit of an angle. So I think I'm going to have to just drill up that way a little bit. Drill. What time? How are 12 minutes. Yeah, I'm going to leave this one here. Yeah, I'm not being able to go out today as well. I usually go out and feed the birds. I'm not being able to go out at all. I was going to go and do some shopping today, but I've only got my 1980s era rusty old mountain bike. It was second hand to me in 1992. It was new in the 1980s. Not able to go out and feed the birds. I had to go to sleep in my clothes last night, so I knew I would better get dressed this morning. That's how bad it is. Your arms are just completely knackered. But anyway, I'll leave this one here. Thank you very much for watching. Oh, also I have osteoarthritis in my big toe, which is like a bunion, but it's on the top of your joint, and it's really painful sometimes on just one foot. But anyway, palindromic rheumatism is the arthritis I have. It gives you all the pain, but it doesn't affect your joints permanently. Which is good. Yeah, like I said, I've got a 50% chance of getting it. But anyway, so bender and arthritis has been the subject of this video, and hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like, subscribe, feedback, share videos, playlists, and etc, etc, etc. Anyway, thank you for watching. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and goodbye, and be careful out there.